Okay, I guess, well, we don't even get to show the intro anymore. Courtesy of StreamYard's new policy. Doesn't look like I can play any of the other clips anymore. See, nope, it just puts up a share a clip. It comes with one example. Well, good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday morning. How you doing? Hope your Saturday's going well so far. Just gonna hang out with you. I know I promised that we were gonna have the boys are back, but unfortunately, Shannon's band schedule got changed last night. So they got moved up, so he wasn't able to to make the show this morning. So, but he apologized and everything, and he misses everybody. And hopefully we'll get back together here soon. We're hoping for next week maybe. So we'll see what happens. But so he's going to knock him dead with the band today. So hopefully he'll have a good show. But, all right, well, boy, that stinks. They really changed everything around now. They really want you to pay money. You can't play any of the usual clips other than that little piece there. Wow. Well, I apologize, everybody. I don't know as I'll ditch StreamYard and try to find another streaming service, or just do it through YouTube. I don't know how their system works. If anybody's got any ideas or suggestions, let me know. I'd be glad to hear them. So we're going to show some comics as usual. So I'm going to switch over to the Peanut Gallery. So pretend here comes the Peanut Gallery. Because I can't play the clip. Unbelievable. I can't play the clip anymore. What does that say? No. Nope. It won't let me do it at all. So, alright. So let's get over and check out what's going on with the Peanut Gallery this morning. And we've got Easy Comic Reader is in there. He's in there bright and early this morning at 4. Holy moly. It's 4 o'clock, 4:30. Holy moly. I was still in La La Land. Easy says, good morning, everyone. Hope everyone has a groovy sunshine day with this little twist to a Brady Bunch blazer. All right. So we're going to try right out of the chute here. We're going to give it a go. I love the Brady Bunch, the Brady Kids music. So I was joking. I think it was the last week or the week before, joking about I have them on my Spotify. I bought the little CD album and everything. I remember, it's weird because I remember when I saw that, I remember bringing it home, listening to it, and remembering the words. I mean, and I probably hadn't heard those words for probably maybe the early 80s. But I remembered the words to most of the songs. So, alright, we're going to give this one a shot. This one goes to Sunshine Day. So I want to thank Mike right out of the gate here for making this. He always comes through with a great song. So here we go. Let's see. I think I'll click on YouTube right now. The peanuts are calling my name. I hear you now. I just can't sit and scroll all day. I gotta keep feeding my comic craze. Everybody's smiling. CBM Day. Everybody's laughing. CBM Day. Everybody seems so happy today. It's a comic book memories day. There we go. I love it. Oh man, that takes me right back to the early 70s. Oh, great stuff. Thank you so much, Mike. Easy Comic Reader with his comic song of the day. So thank you so much. As always, appreciate it, Mike. And next up, we've got Anthony Perdue, and he says, "Good morning, Peanut Pierce. Old-time radio show listening began for me in 1969 with the 4 record albums advertised on TV by the Longines Symphonette Society." Oh, cool. 69. That is 7 years old. All right. One album had excerpts of comedies and drama. Another had excerpts of adventure and sports. The third album contained news reports from the 1930s and 40s. And the fourth album was the famous War of the Worlds broadcast. Oh, cool, with Orson Welles. I listened multiple times to each album. Soon after the old-time radio shows became popular again, the record albums, 8-track tapes, and cassettes returned us to those thrilling days of yesterday of radio listening. Some radio stations would devote a program to replaying old shows. Yeah, I remember that. We used to have a local station that used to play old-time radio stuff at night. Let's see, a local country western station my mom listened to had a week-long run of Lum and Abner episodes. Cool beans. Anthony says 7 to 7:30 in the evening. The excitement of looking at catalogs and discovering shows that weren't often mentioned as the more popular ones always embraced. In 1969, the year old-time radio show listening began for me. Teddy says hi to all his friends, and we say hi right back to Teddy. He says, and we'll catch the replay. Take care, everyone. Great story, Anthony. That one hits a little home for me, too, because I used to love listening to the old-time radio shows that they used to play in the mid-70s, right through, I think they did it right into the 80s up here. And I know at night I used to listen to, it was like 7 past 10 o'clock at night. Because they would run the news from 10 o'clock to 7 past, and then at 7 past they would play the CBS Radio Mystery Theater. And that was back when it was new. It was new broadcasts, So I used to live for that every night. Oh, that was great. Hear the creaking of the door. Oh, it was great stuff. Anthony, thank you so much for another wonderful story. And I apologize to everybody again. StreamYard will no longer let me play the little video clips. You have a choice of one clip, and I guess that clip is the countdown. So I'm sorry I can't play everybody's intro clips anymore. Even the Peanut Gallery one. That stinks, So, but thank you very much, Anthony. Appreciate it. Hope you have a great rest of your weekend. And Scotty Z70 is here. How you doing, Scotty? He says, it's raining here. Hallelujah. It's raining here. Amen. Well, I've never seen anybody so happy to see it raining. Except in the movies, when they're out in the desert or something. So, thank you for being here, Scotty. Appreciate it. He also says, every time I complain, my imaginary wife reminds me that there are people living in California. Then I realize how good my life really is. Oh, no. Oh. Hey, Dale. Dale Watts is with us once again. How you doing, Dale? He says, good morning, all. We'll be good to see you guys again. Been a minute. Yes, it has. Yes, it has. And we hope to be able to get back together soon here. I have the added pleasure and pain of hearing Shannon's wonderful band today. The pain being the suffocating 94 degrees. Okay. You had me wondering there, Dale. Oh, that's awesome, man. Tell him we all wish he has a great show. So, good. He posted a video, a short little video on Facebook with him and his dad and his mom Man, that was just so touching. That was just so man, it's going to bring a tear to my eye right now. It was just so sweet, so cool. So yes, if you see him out there, Dale, you tell him we're rooting for him, knock him dead. And I Am One of Us is with us once again. Hey, I Am One of Us. He says, good morning, Rod, and everyone in the Peanut Gallery. And a good morning to you, my friend. Hope everything's going well this morning. Cool beans, great to see you here. QNS, how you doing? He says, howdy, Peanuts, Rod and Shannon. And how are you doing, QNS? Great to see you with us once again. Cool beans, hope your Saturday's going well. And let's see, my thing now, it's shifting up and down here. Here we go. And Missing Mars, Double M, how you doing this morning? He says, happy CBM Saturday, everybody. Yes, sir, Bob. It's 62 degrees here, but the sun shines out. So it feels like about 71, they say. So that's good. I just poked my finger right in my eye. Oh, so great to have you with us, Double M. Scotty says, wait, it's not live for another 11 hours? What? Scotty says, 10 p.m., I'll be snoozing. No, not 10 p.m. I hope I didn't leave it. I always try to make sure when I set the notifications up, because I'm always afraid I'm going to do that, and put it at 10 p.m. Does it say 10 p.m. on there? Oh, I hope not. Hey, Rod, your voice is all distorted. Let's see. Is that any better? Can you hear me a little better now? Let's see. Let me know, Missing Mars. And the Jackson Roarkirk is with us once again. How you doing, Jackson? He said, woohoo! Great to see you here, my friend. Thank you so much for spending your Saturday here once again. And Eric Breen, the professor. How you doing this morning, Professor? He says, maybe Shannon scheduled a gig for the day because this show is scheduled for 10 p.m. Did I do that? Oh, man. I'm sorry. No, I try to make sure that I put the right thing in there. Doggone it. Well, I apologize. Hopefully everybody realizes it won't be 10 p.m. Oh, man. Well, great to have you with us, Eric. How you doing this morning, man? And Jason, how you doing, Jason? He says, good morning, Rod, and anyone and everyone else. Hope your Saturday's going well, Jason. Enjoying this 62-degree weather we've got out here today. So good to see you, my friend. Eric says, which means Rod has to do the... That's right. Hello! And I just can't do it justice. I Am One of Us says, your mic is distorting. Maybe turn down the volume a little. Okay. So let's see. Let me see how can I turn down the volume here on the audio. Oh yeah, man, it was cranked way up. I usually have it down at 100 and it was up to what? It was up to 200. Okay. So we're right about at 100. So, all right, let me know if that works better, because you were right. I don't know how that got put up so high, but thank you for that. I Am One of Us. I'll you and Missing Mars. So cool beans. Hopefully that'll sound better. Jason says, I see you did a playlist, and thank you, good sir. Yes, I might suggest you go back and add the Comic Book Memories albums from... Yeah, I just haven't gotten around to doing that. I do plan on doing that, my friend. He's made... Jason is making some music and puts it on his playlists on like Spotify and stuff. And he's done a couple albums with some comic book memory songs based on the show, which is very nice of him. Thank you so much, Jason. Appreciate him. As always, you know, we talk offline. So they're just so much fun. So if you get a chance to check them out, Check him out. Michael Taylor, how you doing, Michael? He says, good morning, Rod, Shannon, wherever you are. And the Peanut Gallery. I like the Nanny and the Professor thumbnail. Well, there was another one. I don't think I can bring it up. I was going to do one, and it was going to be, I did a thing for it, the Ninny and the Professor. And because I had my face up next to the Ninny and Shannon's face in the O on the Professor. But I figured I don't want to confuse everybody. We have a Professor Eric Breen, so I didn't want to confuse everybody. But I remember Nanny and the Professor. I always liked the show. I liked the guy who played the father. All I can think of is he played Jared on Big Valley. And I can't think of what his name was. And he died young. He died very young. But I always liked him as an actor. When I think of like 60s actors, he's like one of the ones I think of. Just the look. You got the look with the slick hair, and the clean shaven. You got the handsome looking guy, So, but cool beans. Great to have you with us, Michael. Well, by lunchtime, he says you sound very feedbacky. Okay, all right. I know this is, let me know, because I just changed it. So, great to see you here, Werewolf. Thank you so much. QNS says there's a streamer service, EV Mux has a free version. Well, thank you very much. You know what? I'm going to write that right down, and I'll be checking that out. Appreciate that. EV Mux. EV Mux streaming. Okay, I'll check that out. Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I want to try and keep it so it's easy for everybody to find us. So, but I mean, either that, we can continue doing it there, but we just won't have all the bells and whistles that we've grown accustomed to. So, Michael Taylor, thank you, QNS. Michael Taylor says, how are you, Werewolf? And Jason says, I'm definitely hearing that too, Werewolf. Sounds like a problem with the microphone. Okay, hopefully it'll get down here and you guys can let me know if it worked. So, Scotty says, YouTube has a free thingy where you can do a live stream with another person. I don't know if it's only for two. Ah, okay. Yeah, because I was going to look into it and see. I just haven't had the chance yet. If I was able to use all the media assets that I have here, then I would just continue to try and keep doing it. But without having all that stuff, if you guys just don't mind doing it without it, bare bones, we can still do that. So I'm just bummed because there was no notification that they were making any changes or anything. It's just they're doing whatever they can, it looks like, to shove you into paying. So unfortunately, and and I kind of understand that a little bit because hey, they're in it to make money too, So me, I'm not in it to make money. Let's see. Werewolf by Lunchtime says, howl standing. Michael, how are you? Easy Comic Reader says, get down, howling hot rod, baby. Thanks, Mike. Oh, Mike, you're crazy. I love it, brother. Thank you once again for the song. I greatly appreciate it. Because we talked about it. I love the Brady kids. I do. I like bubblegum pop. I'm a big bubblegum pop. You know, I was so bummed last week learning that one of my childhood music idols, Bobby Sherman, had passed away. There's not a whole lot of them left. I was hard pressed to think of any. You know, I mean, all the monkeys are gone with the exception of Mickey Dolenz. You know, so he's the last one there. Bobby, I don't know, is Bobby Goldsboro? He wasn't really a heartthrob, but he was around that same time. But Bobby Sherman, he's gone now. I can't think of the other one. Oh, there was another one that passed away. I can't think of it. And I don't know. I think Donny Osmond, I think, is still around. You know, and he was big back in the day. The whole Osmond family was big back in the day. So I think one or two of the Osmond may have passed away, but I'm not sure on that. So, cool beans. Thank you, Mike. Michael Taylor says, I saw a little preview of the Superman movie. From what little I saw, wasn't much. It looked good in my opinion, he says. Yeah, I'm curious to see. I want to see, I definitely want to see Metamorpho, really. That's my big thing is I want to see him. And he'll probably be in the movie for 5 minutes, but that's okay. I want to see Metamorpho done on the big screen. Maybe a little CGI to showcase some of his powers. That would be cool. So, but yeah, I'm right now. I'm going to plan on trying to see it. So, if I don't get to the theater, then I'll watch it when it comes on demand. So, cool beans. Yeah, it looks really cool. The robots really were neat too. The Superman robots, those are pretty doggone cool. So I agree with you, Michael. I think it looks pretty good so far. Dale says, in your neck of the woods next week, Rod, a Boston, Salem, Cape Cod, Martha's Vineyard family vacation. I would like to put my request in now for cooler weather than Kentucky. Okay, we'll see what we can do for you, Dale. Oh, that's cool. Coming all the way up to Boston, Salem. Cool beans. Salem has some good comic shops in it. So, Cape Cod. I've only been down to Cape Cod, I think, once. I don't think I've ever been to Martha's Vineyard. So, oh, that's cool, though. Awesome, man. Hope you have a great family vacation. Hey, Lord Payne, how you doing, Greg? He says, hey, fellas. Good to see you, my friend. Hope your Saturday's going well. Hey, Michael Taylor says, can't complain. Thanks, Werewolf. And Higgy Pop, the hardest working man in YouTube videos. How you doing, Higgy? He says, hey, Rod and the Peanut Gallery, have a great show. I'm stuck at work. Oh, boy. A lot of storm damage up here. Oh, wow. Well, be careful, my friend. Hopefully, you don't have to work too much out there. But, yeah, I remember those days. Having to go out after, because I work for a cable company. And we used to have to go out after storms. A lot of down drops we'd have to put up and stuff like that. Sometimes it'd be plant repair that we got to do and stuff like that. So I know what you're going through, my friend. Just be safe, be careful. We'll talk to you soon. Thank you for popping in, buddy. The Jackson Roy Kirk says, Hobbs! And the werewolf comes back with the reply, Jackson! There we go. Now it's a show. Jason says, Michael, every preview of Superman clip looks fun, which is what Superman should be. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing the mood of it. It's supposed to be a lot more light, I guess, lighter than the dark stuff that's come out before. Not that I really was upset at the dark stuff, but there were, like everything. I'm just an old fire. There's little things that you pick. I wish they'd have done it this way, or I would have had him do this or her do that. But hey, You know, everybody likes what they like. So, and there's nothing wrong with that. Michael Jackson, because I see Michael and then Jackson down there. Michael Taylor says, "Hi Jackson, do you want the line or should I do it?" He says. And the Jackson Warcook says 62 degrees. Man, I wish I was here. I wish that was here. Oh, why is it too hot? Believe me, I like it hot. I would rather it be 85. But unfortunately, everybody else in my family does not. It doesn't work for them. Me, I like it nice and toasty warm, man. So 62. I'm a little chilly this morning. It's a little chilly this morning, but I don't have a hoodie on. I'm still celebrating 4th of July from yesterday a little bit here, so hope everybody had a good 4th of July. The weather up here was gorgeous, man. We went to my mom's for a cookout, my brother and his family. It was awesome. I had a great day. Had a visit from my cousin, who's a blast. So it was a lot of fun, a lot of good food, a lot of good conversations. They even got out there and were hitting some softballs around in the backyard. So we had it all yesterday. It was a lot of fun. I hope everybody else had a lot of fun yesterday with your families, doing whatever you do on 4th of July. So it's just, I can't believe it's already the 4th of July though. That, to me, that's like the middle of summer. So it's like, no, we can't be in the middle of summer already. Come on. And let's see, Scotty says, I did say 10 p.m. originally before you started. Yep, you did. I thought you were just maybe making a joke, but it sounds like I screwed up yet again. Man, oh man, I just can't get out of my own way, I guess. I could have sworn, because that's one of the things I look for when I'm setting that up. So maybe I was just too tired and skipped that one. I don't know. I got no answer. Missing Mars says still distorted. Oh man, still distorted. Okay, let me see if I can turn it down. Let's see. I'll try and turn it down a little bit more. How's that? Audio. What's that? I'm hoping my mic ain't dying on me. All right, I turned it down a little bit more. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So, all right, guys, let me know. Let's see. It is 10:28. So, all right, Diabetic Superman. Hey, how you doing, DS? Great to have you with us. He says, good morning, everyone, and a good morning to you, sir. Hope your Saturday's going well. We got Jason. He says, can you hear me now? Dr. Silverage shilling for phone companies. Not phone companies, no. Although, Comcast, I worked for Comcast, and they do phone service, so now they didn't do that when I first started. They never even thought of that. Michael Taylor says, agree, Jason. The scene I saw wasn't much, though looks pretty good. Yeah, they did. They put out a couple of scenes. I know the one with Crypto. Superman's beat up and he's laying in the snow and calls Crypto, and Crypto drags him home. And you get to see the Superman robots and stuff. That was pretty cool. Ranger Sly, how you doing, Ranger? Our neighbor to the north. Great to have you with us. He says, howdy and happy 4th, nuts and peanuts. And a good Saturday to you too, Ranger. How you doing this morning, man? Hope everything's going well. Cool beans. Scotty says, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. Yet, he says. And Jason says, I'm actually in a hoodie. Yeah, well, I was saying, it's for me, it's a little chilly out there this morning. The sun's out. We're going to have the sun all day, so it's supposed to warm up a little, I think. So, I hear you. Trusty Sidekick, how you doing, Trusty? Great to see you, man. He says, greetings and friends. Cool beans. How you doing, sir? Great to have you with us. Jason says, Michael, as much as I can't get over the look, Guy Gardner looks exactly personality-wise as the comics. I'm curious. I'm anxious to see what they do with him. So, the Jackson Roarkirk says, salute, Trusty. And Trusty says, and creator. Tempest from Mars. Hey, Tempest, how you doing, man? He says, afternoon all, and a good afternoon to you, sir. Hope it's going well down there. So, hope all is going well. Thank you so much for hanging out with us once again. Whoops. And Scotty says, it's 79 here and raining. I love to feel the rain in the summertime. I love to feel the rain on my face, I love to feel the rain in the summertime. I love to feel the rain on my face, the alarm. I'm not familiar with that, so I butchered that all the way. So I couldn't tell you. I've never heard of the alarm, so I have no idea. I thought it was, for a second, I thought it was going to go, what was it? Eddie Gatlin or something like that. I love a rainy night. I love a rainy night. The Jackson Moorkirk says, Michael Taylor, sorry I missed your post. Can you handle the line today, he says? And Michael says, okay, thanks, Jackson. Cool beans. All right, Scotty says, I like the Nanny and the Professor, and with Nanny Fine from Fran Dresser. Yeah, Mr. Sheffield. Mr. Sheffield! No, I always liked the Nanny and the Professor. It used to be on at like 7 o'clock on Channel 9 around here. Somewhere in like the early to mid 70s, I would say. So, but I always liked the song. I thought the song was cool, you know. And like I said, I liked Richard Long. That's his name, Richard Long. He was the actor. He passed away early, and I always liked him. I always thought he was a good actor. I liked him. I liked he just, you know, he had that look, man. If I was going to be an actor, and of course he played in the Western series, the Big Valley, along with the $6 Million Man. But I always thought he was one of those guys who just looked like, okay, he could be in any kind of action series, you know. And here he was doing a little sitcom type of thing. So, but I thought it was a good show. I enjoyed it. So, Diabolic Superman says, Richard Long, yeah, there we go, Richard Long. Yeah, if I'd have waited just one more, I'd have had one more comment. I'd have had the answer. Good, thank you so much. Appreciate that, Diabetic Superman. Yeah, Richard Long, you got it. Jason says, guys, Rod is not old enough yet to need a nanny. I don't know. Some days, man. Some days just getting out of bed is challenging. So, I don't know. Werewolf by Lunchtime says, wherever I roam, I will return to my Australian wife. Cough, Eric. And the Jackson Marker says, can I have a nanny? And Scotty says, maybe a nurse. I think he's meaning the nurse for me. Yeah, that's probably what I need. So Scotty says, just keep the nurse from Yakko and Wacko. And the Jackson Roarkirk saying, hello, nurse. Awesome. All right, Michael, he's on line duty, so he's got the line down there, so that tells me to show some comics. I'm going to start off with some stuff that I just picked up this past week. I got to go to the comic shop. It's been probably almost about a month, I think, since I got to go. So I'll start with the new books that I picked up, and we'll go right into all the other good stuff. So, alrighty. So I picked up issue number 2 of Whatever Happened to the Crimson Justice, and continue to let me know about the mic, guys. Let me know. I'll try and talk soft or whatever, but Crimson Justice. This is number 2. It's not bad. The first one was pretty good, so I'm sticking with it. So, kind of like an old school type story. With some crazy stuff. So, I mean, that doesn't look like it's going to end well for somebody. So, alright. And I picked up the latest World's Finest, number 40. I picked up JSA, number 9. Number 9. Can never get enough JSA, man. It's just, I wish they would do a JSA movie. I wish they would do a JSA animated cartoon. I would love to see that. That would just be so much fun. I picked this one up here because I like it, the homage it does. But Godzilla versus Thor. I picked that up for a fun read. Godzilla. Whoop! Hey, don't be falling down now. All right. And then speaking of Thor, I picked up the Immortal Thor number 25. I have not read any of these yet. I picked up Mr. Terrific 2, Mr. Terrific Year 1, number 2. And we've got the Spectre appearing in it. Very cool. Can't wait to read that one. Gotta love the Spectre. And then we got Justice League Unlimited, number 8. We Are Yesterday, part 6. And the last of the new books is old Jake Jaws himself, The Incredible Hulk, number 26, with a pretty freaky cover right there. So, all right, and then I went roaming through the the back issues. And I picked up a few things. So, let's see here. Let me just organize them a little bit better. Here we go. Alright. We got to start off. We were talking just a few minutes ago about my musical taste. Being a bubblegum pop fan and stuff like. Well, I mean, there you go. You don't get more bubblegum pop than the Partridge Family, do you? This is number 16. The Partridge Family, man, yeah. I got an album of theirs, and I've also got a couple of CDs with their music. Because it's what I grew up on. I loved it. Then I picked up this, Starfire, Bronze Age, DC, a short-lived series. It's number 1. Came across that. Yeah, at the shop there yesterday, not yesterday, Wednesday. Last Wednesday when I went in. There was a lot of great bronze stuff and Silver Age stuff in the back bins, and man, I wished I'd had a bigger bank account because it was a lot of really good stuff in there. Here's another number 1 from the Bronze Age, The Sandman. I know this is one of Shannon's favorites series. So I saw that and I said, hey, now's a good time to pick that up. Then we got, this is number 95 of Tomahawk. giant fish. Something fishy here. Alrighty. And let's see here. This is Tales of the Unexpected, number 85. The day red turned to green. That's funny because those you wrestling fans out there, you realize that was an old saying they used to say, red turns to green, which means if you juice out there, if you cut yourself, you make more money. It turns to more money. So I thought that was funny when I saw that. I said, I gotta get that one. So this right here is an upgrade, part of my Go-Go Checks quest. This is Tales of the Unexpected, number 101. This one is better condition than the current one that I have. So pick that one up. And then I found this cool gold key. I'm trying to pick up this series. There's 2 gold key series that I'm really focusing on. There's the Mighty Samson. I'm trying to pick that up. I mean, it's slow going, but I pick them up when I can. And then this series here, Dr. Solar, Man of the Atom. And this is number 17 with a wicked cool cover. So, all right, and then this is one. This is an upgrade for me as well. Because my copy, this is much better than my copy, but it's just a cool book. So Fantastic Four, number 26. So, very cool. He was nice enough to let me, to hold it for me there and let me make a couple of payments on that one. So I want to thank them over there at Stairway to Heaven Comics in Newington, New Hampshire. They're a great place to go if you're ever in Newington, New Hampshire, and you're looking for some comics. Stop at Stairway to Heaven. So the last thing, well, no, there's 2 things I picked up. 2 more things I picked up. This one here was the number 1 Eerie magazine. So I picked that up. And it's pretty cool. Quite a few stories in it, and it says here, let's see, the stories were written by Mike Hoffman and Jason Crowley. The artwork is done by Mike Hoffman, Jason Paulos, and Rock Baker. The cover is done by Mike Hoffman, so that's pretty good. That's if I'm not mistaken, I think that's kind of like an homage to an existing cover from the first series. Because that looks very familiar to me, so I think it might be. But, I mean, a good dose of eerie lasts into the evening. Dun dun dun. Just some of the art. I can't see. My eyes are so bad. I got to get cataract surgery done on both of them. and we're looking at scheduling it. I have a consultation the end of this month, and then probably the surgery will be middle of August. So, man, and I can't wait to get it done, because it's no fun to try and read comics, try to read the screen. If I go outside, I have to wear sunglasses, because it's like snow blindness. You get snow blindness. That's what it's like for me. So even here with the screens, because there's such a white background on them, it's kind of fuzzy. So, all right. The last thing I want to show in this round is, Marvel Treasury Edition. I picked up, it's number 22, The Sensational Spider-Man. And this is in great shape. And I couldn't believe. Now, most of the time I don't talk about the cost on these things, but most of the time these things go for around $25, $20 to $25. This was only $10, and it's in great shape. So yeah, I snagged that one right up, and it was one I needed. I don't have it up on the, do I? Let's see. Just want to check something real quick on my inventory list here. So, yeah. So let's see. Yeah, that was one I needed. Now, of the 49 of them I have listed, I have 22 of them now. So that's pretty cool. Because it's not one you see all the time, but that's pretty cool. So I'm very thankful to get that one. And he also threw in, hold on, get these organized here. He also threw in a real cool Superman poster. Let's open her up here. Come on, there we go. So, whoops. There we go. Superman Treasury, 2025. Hero for, what does that say? Hero for all. So, that was very nice of him to throw that in. I really appreciate that. That's pretty cool. So there we go. Whoops, am I knocking things down? All right, there we go for the first round. Thank you so much, Michael, for providing the line once again. Cool beans. And Scotty says, I loved Marsha Brady when I was a kid. I don't know what is bubblegum pop, but I am eclectic in my musical taste. Yeah, bubblegum pop was just the cheerful, happy music. It wasn't gonna have any kind of social message or anything like that. No deep thought, I don't think, was put into too many of them. But it was, guys like Bobby Sherman and all those people that I mentioned before. Not gonna start playing the games. There we go. I don't know why it would go on and off. Maybe it's just live stream messing with me. Maybe they want me to get off here. I don't know. Let's see. So yeah, it was a lot of the stuff from like the mid '60s into the early '70s. Just mindless, happy tunes type of thing, If you thinking of the Brady Kids music that they did on, that's like bubblegum pop. Bobby Sherman, bubblegum pop. The Monkees, that was pretty much bubblegum pop. That type of stuff. So, Jason says, oh, and Rod, song about Dr. Silver Age defeating the high-priced demon went up today. Oh, no. Oh, I'm anxious to see it, man. Hear it, rather, I should say. Oh, that'd be cool. Well, thank you so much, Jason, man. You need to get a job as a professional songwriter, though. Some of your stuff, man, is awesome. I mean, it's great music. Oh, my eyes, man. Great music, so keep it up, Jason. Scotty says, I have several Osmond Family record albums and Partridge. There you go. I think you enjoy Bubblegum Pop. Nothing wrong with that. Scotty also says, I want to see Mighty Metamorpho Ranger. Yep. And Werewolf by Lunchtime says, only 2 Beatles and 1 monkey. Sounds like David Attenborough, that documentary. I think you're right, Werewolf. Oh. And Michael Taylor says, speaking of Bobby Sherman, remember when the Partridge Family found him playing in their garage? Yes, he made a guest star appearance on there. Very cool. Very cool indeed. Jason says, if Rod is getting Metamorpho on screen, can we all get our favorite B and C characters on screen? I would love it, man. Can you imagine, movies with, the Metal Men, or Buona Beast, or the Spectre, Phantom Stranger, Dead Man. There's just so many of them. There's one that doesn't even get any page time nowadays, called The Odd Man. Any of you can remember The Odd Man from the explosion, the DC implosion, implosion. So I mean, there's just so many characters that I would love to see, even if they just referenced them. Rip Hunter, Time Master, all kinds of great stuff. Great characters. So, get them on screen, baby. Get them on screen. Jason says, give me some Thunderstrike, New Warriors, Jack Knight, Starman. Yep. I don't know. I don't know that much about the New Warriors. I knew Thunderstrike. The Jack Knight, Starman, absolutely. Jason says, ranking older bands, Monkeys top that list, my friend. There you go. Scotty says, Werewolf by Lunchtime. I saw an Instagram post by someone that has never heard of Calvin and Hobbes, and that settled it. I started making shorts videos with me reading the comic strips. Also, Far Side. Oh, I used to love the Far Side. Gary, what was his name? Was it Gary Frank? I used to love the Far Side. I got such a kick out of that stuff back in the 80s. Jason said, ever heard of Calvin and Hobbes? Scotty, you definitely need to enlighten that person. Yes, sir. Yes, sirree. Scotty says, hey, half the year is gone. Yep. Just about there. Scotty says, you're not distorted now. That was 30 minutes ago. Okay, cool beans. I'm glad. Thank you guys for letting me know about that. I appreciate it. Sorry for the problems there. Scotty says, I scolded them good, Jason. Now, how dare you be so uncultured? Oh, I Am One of Us says, sound is better since you turned down the volume. Thank you, I Am One of Us. Appreciate that. Cool beans. Jason says, youngsters, Scotty, that don't know the classics. Scotty says, I blame the parents. It's their job to train them in the classics, Jason. Werewolf says, can I just point out it's the 5th of July in Australia and as sexy as ever. There you go. You may indeed, Werewolf. Go right ahead, sir. Jason says, well, then I make your grade as a parent, Scotty. All my kids know Calvin and Hobbes. There you go. Gotta It'll bring them up right. Scotty says, bravo, and later they need to know Far Side. But not until they get to know the difference between irony and sarcasm, Jason. And Jason replies, that said, Scotty, they also know Judd Winnick's Barry Ween. Oh no. Diabetic Superman says, I have the Funko Pop of the movie Superman and Crypto. Excuse me, I got the hiccups now. Oh, cool beans, Diabetic. That's awesome. I haven't seen those Funko Pops. In fact, I haven't checked the Funkos in a while to see if they. I always like to look for the Hanna-Barbera heroes to see if they put out any new ones. I did get the last round that they did where they did like My Tour and stuff like that, but I'm waiting for like a Shazam or young Samson and Goliath. A Goliath one would be really cool. So, but yeah, cool beans. Dr. Von Chiller, hey John, how you doing, sir? He says, howdy y'all. I'm late to the party, but today was Friday. I'm glad I'm not the only one that does that, because sometimes I'll wake up and I'll think it's like a Friday, and I'm like, so I don't have to get out of bed just yet. And then I realize, no, it's Saturday. Get up, you got to get ready. So great to see you, John. How you doing? Hope all is going well, my friend. Cool beans. One of the legends, Dr. Von Chilla. Michael Taylor says, hi, John. Good to see you. Yes, sirree. Michael says, John, you didn't miss any comics. And Dr. Von Chilla says, howdy, Michael. And Michael Taylor says, cool, Godzilla versus Thor. Yeah, I thought I'd pick that out just to see what it was about. So, why not? The Jackson Roykirk says, Godzilla versus Thor? That sounds like we're having fried lizard for dinner tonight. Yes, sir. We'll see. We'll see. I think it's a one-shot. I don't know if it's like a short series. I think it's a one-shot. So, QNS says, the original Starfire is the best. There you go. The Jackson Roykirk says, loved the Starfire series. Yes, sir. I'm not that familiar with it. I was introduced to it basically from Shannon's videos and stuff. So I'm kind of curious. So I said, hey, this is the number one. What better place to start than with number one? So there we go. Michael Taylor says, John's old avatar. There we go. Michael Taylor says, cool colors on that fire truck. Yeah, the red and the green. Was that the... Yeah, that was the red and the green one. Jason says, Rod, some of us still believe wrestling is real. Stop it. That's it. That's it. It's still real to me, doggone it. Dr. Von Chilla says Dr. Solar has some blazing covers for sure. Yes, sir, Bob. They certainly do. And that was always one of my favorite covers of his. Because you'd see it once in a while at places, and yeah, that's just cool. It's just. Yeah, the fire demon guy, Primo the fire creature from Earth's core. Dun, dun, dun. So yeah, absolutely, I agree with you. I wonder if I can't remember if Shannon said the book came out or not. I think he showed. Didn't he show it in one of his videos? I'm trying to remember. Oh, my memory is so bad. Michael Taylor says, I think I had that Silver Age FF. Oh, cool beans, cool beans. Yeah, that's a favorite of mine because it's got the Avengers, it's got the FF, and it's got Hulk in it. So what more can I want? You know. Michael Taylor says in the 80s, yes sir. The Jackson Roykirk says nice treasury. Yeah, it was in really good shape, and it's got a little bit of foxing down at the bottom, but that's it. It's still better than anything I've got because I don't have that one. If I don't get that one, so yeah, it was pretty cool. I was real thrilled to to find it. He said the owner of the shop said he just had a guy come in and sold off his collection and stuff. So they still got stuff that they're going through and pricing and stuff. So I'm anxious to take a look at what else is going to be on the shelves next week, or in the boxes, I should say. Dr. Von Chilla says, gorgeous Superman poster. Gasp. He says, yeah, that was nice of him to throw that in. He threw that in for nothing when I was going out. So it was very nice of him to do that. The owner, and I can't remember his name. He's told it to me twice, I think, and each time I forget it, doggone it. But he's a really wonderful guy. Stairway to Comics, man. And Stairway to Heaven Comics, I should say. But he's very, very nice to me. And that was very, he gives me the free bags and board, and that poster. So it was very nice of him. Mike Taylor says, terrific books. Very nice deal on that Treasury and very cool poster. Yeah. Thank you, Michael. He's really good. It's a really good shop. It really is a nice shop. So, Michael says, cool throwing. Yeah. I couldn't believe it when he said, hey, take it. And I'm like, what? Because I know they can turn around and sell those and make money on them. So for him to just throw it in, that was very nice of him. Absolutely. Diabetic Superman says, Rod, do you remember Tony DeFranco and the DeFranco? It's a heartbeat. Yes, I remember them. Yes, they would fit right in there. Yes, sir. Oh my gosh. Wow, that takes me back, DS. Yes, sir. The Jackson Roarkirk says, sigh, I am the odd man. No, you're not, Jackson. Come on. Scotty says, yes, I found my Hex #1. Need to read it again. Forgot how he got into the Wild West to this future. From the Wild West into the future. No spoilers. He doesn't want any spoilers, so don't anybody say how he did it. I couldn't tell you because I don't remember. I remember picking up the Hex issue where wasn't it a Batman? Batman? Like a Batman in the future or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. But I probably am. I think that's the only one from that series that I bought off the rack. Jason says, Rod, are you the odd man? Yeah, well, I have been accused of that now and again throughout my life. All right, Michael Taylor's throwing down the line. That means he wants to see some more comics. I hope everybody else does as well. So I've got some stacks of stuff. We got Marvel, we got some DC. I'll start off with some DC stuff. So we've got a little stack here, so we'll do that. And then we'll get back to the peanut gallery. We're going to start off with The Weird World of Wendy and Willie, #2. This is one of those series, man, you rarely see these books. So, I've never seen a #1. If I do and it's affordable, I'd like to pick it up. But I picked up a #2. And I believe they first showed up in Showcase. That was like one of the Showcase things. It might have even been in the last batch of Showcase that I showed a week or so ago. Then we're going to start in with E.L. O'Brien. That's right. Plastic Man. And we got #1 here. And it's got go-go checks. Dun, dun, dun. Plastic Man. Oops. That was #1, and this is #2. The Many Lives of Plastic Man. It's fantastic. And here's #3. And And number 4, more go-go checks. Here's number 5. Hitting the gym, or the gym's hitting him, one or the other. And here we go with number 6, Menace of the Mad Mod. And I'm breeding myself. Duplicate. We got number 7, Plastic Man's Fantastic Old Man. I don't think the Apes is old man. That's a cool cover though. I like the colors in it. The red and the green and that yellow logo. Just pop. Here we go with number 8. What's a Plastic Man? And number 9. And the last in the first run of that series, this is number 10, The Terrible Plastic Twin. And they did bring this back in the 70s and started with the numbering again. I only have a handful of those. I'm still working on putting those together. But it's a fun little series. Fun little character. That's another one. Why not we see Plastic Man on the big screen? That would be cool. Alright. Where am I going to put these? Alright, I'll put you right there. Okay. And let's see. How about we show... I'll show some more Strange Tales. So, I'll start off with Strange Tales Annual number 2 from 1963 with Spider-Man and the Human Torch. And Spider-Man missing his trademark spider on his chest. Well, somebody snuck that past the editor. Alright, and I think we left off at 152, so we'll pick up with 153. And Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. Is number 154, Clea Must Die. Whenever I see this one, I always think of the Monty Python movie. It was the third one they did. But anyway, they did a small segment in there where everybody ate the poisoned salmon mousse. And Death shows up at the door of this dinner party. And that's who this reminds me of. I can't think of that. Oh, and now I just dropped those. So, hold on. Alright. Gotta get him back in order. And 60. Okay. Alright. So we're at 155. Hydra taking over. And then Doctor Strange heads back to the cover. Introducing Zom. Prepare for mysticism without end when Umar walks the earth. And number 157 with Baron Strucker. And 158. The Tribunal. The Sands of Death. And with 159, we've got Nick Fury taking on Cap. What's going on here? Couple little karate chops. You think that's going to do in? Oh, Captain America. I think not. And 160, if this planet you would save. The merciless Mordo is back. And 161, the second Doom with the yellow claw. And 163, the dragon cried, death. And the last one in this bunch is 162. From the netherworld comes Nebulos. Dun, dun, dun. There we go. That'll do it for that round. Let's get back to see what everybody's saying. Thank you once again, Michael, for providing the line, keeping me in line. As always, Scotty says Gary Larson wrote Fireside. There we go. Thank you, Scotty. It was Gary something. I was thinking Gary Frank for some reason. But very cool. Yeah, I used to love the Fireside comic. Jason says Gary Larson for the Fireside. Yeah, thank you, Jason. Dr. Von Chilla says Monday is Ringo's 85th birthday. Oh, God bless him. He'll officially be closer to 90 than 80. Wow. Oh, my gosh. How did we all get old, man? It seems like just like yesterday that I was, in my 20s, It's so funny how quick time goes. Man, oh man. Mike Taylor says, my sister is a fan of those Fireside calendars. Yeah. Cool beans. Mike Taylor says, John? And, here we go. John, it's Ringo's birthday. Wasn't aware. Looks great for 85. Yeah, I just saw like a clip somewhere of him coming out on stage. And man, he was pretty spry. Just flying out on the stage. I mean, he's running. I'm like, man, I can't do that now. And I'm only 62. I can't run like he ran out on stage. So it's like, wow. God bless him, man. That's awesome. Scotty says, when someone says, I have Funko Pops, I feel like helping them find a doctor to cure them. Oh, they're not that bad, Scotty. They're cute. And I don't have a whole lot of them. I just have only the characters that I like, because I like collecting stuff that of characters, any kind of memorabilia and stuff like that of characters that I like, and it's usually those second and third bananas that I like. So, but I do not have a whole lot of them. I know people that do. They were like Beanie Babies there for a while. Jason says, Scotty, we could always make up a disease and call it Funko Pops. How about not believing Wally West is the best Flash? Oh, that's called truth. That's what that's called, truth. Just kidding. Oh, Michael Taylor says, John, he's older than Paul. Looks good for 85. You're right, Michael. Absolutely. Scotty says, Hex is in the future. I couldn't remember. He was in space or future. I'm on page 4. That's the update. All is well. Jason says, I believe Marvel is doing a whole bunch of Godzilla verses. Yes, one-shots for each character. Cool beans. Thanks, Jason. I thought it was, but I wasn't sure. Dr. Von Chilla says, yeah, Ringo is the oldest Beatle. Ringo, John, Paul, and George. Man, how do we all get so old? Scotty says, I want to see Godzilla versus Taco Bell. Jason says, Taco Bell wins that one, Scotty. Dr. Von Chilla says, just sold the lion's share of my 50-plus year collection. Oh, wow. I'm down to 2 long boxes now. Bittersweet, but very cathartic. Oh, man. God bless you, John. Wow. 50 years, yeah, that's where I'm right there with you. I started in 67, so that was 5. So, yeah. Man. I know someday it's going to have to happen, but I don't know. Well, may come sooner than I want, but hey, you never know. But God bless you. I'm glad you're able to do it. I don't know if I can do it right now, but boy, at some point, I mean, I've thought about it. I'm gonna have to do it. So, pare down. Oh, how to pare down to what? What would I leave? I mean, Hulk. Gotta have Hulk. Justice League. Oh, Justice League. Avengers. Flash. Oh boy, it'd be tough. See how quickly I can. I'd be down to, whatever. 73 boxes instead of 75 or whatever. Oh my gosh. Scotty says, I read that Hex 1 back in 1985, but I haven't thought about it much since then. Until recently. Wow, 40 years ago. I know. I look at books that I bought off the rack, and I'm like, wow, these books are now 40, 50 years old. And it's like, wow. Where does the time go? You gotta figure out a way to slow time down. Really slow. Scotty says, Taco Bell will make Godzilla run for the border. For the border bathroom. Jason says, Dr. Von Chilla, sell them to Rod and Shannon? No. And Dr. Von Chilla says, indeed, Scotty, 40 years. Where does the time go? Yes. Yep. I agree, Dr. Von Chilla. The Gray Man. Hey, Gray Man. How you doing, man? All the way from across the pond. Hope you're doing well today, my friend. Cool beans. Great to see you in the peanut gallery. Dr. Von Chilla says, howdy, the Gray Man. How's the weather over there, he says. Scotty says, how does Jonah Hex know about mummies? He referenced an Egyptian mummy. I don't know. I do not know. And the Gray Man says, is Doc in a new cupboard today? Oh, man. I don't know. I don't know what's going on today. I put the wrong time down, and now I find out that StreamYard doesn't let me use my little video intros and stuff anymore. I can't play the show intro anymore. Oh, I don't know, Gray Man. Scotty says, it's Spiderless Man. Jason says, editors? We don't need no stinking editors. Dr. Von Chilla says, Jason, Rod, and Shannon do indeed have a bunch of my books in their collection. That's right. But I liquidated the collection to Patrick Luther Manning. Yep. I have several books from John. And I want to thank you once again for those lovely gifts. Especially those, not too long ago, he gave me, gifted me what do they call them? Book and records. You know, the power ones. Oh, man. Fantastic. They're in great shape. Fantastic, man. That was, plus there's I love the, he was showing, Dr. Von Chilla was showing one day in one of his great covers, classic covers, videos, and he put up a Lone Ranger one, and I really didn't have, I think I might have had one Lone Ranger comic or something in my collection at that time or something like that. But the cover he showed, and I can't remember the number, but the cover he showed was a fantastic orange cover with the Lone Ranger on silver, and they're going hell-bent for leather, and they're like sideways as they're riding, you know. And I just love that cover. The next thing I know, the next couple of days, I look in the mail, and it's in the mail. He had sent it to me. Oh, it was a wonderful gift. Thank you so much. And I'm looking. I know it's back in one of those boxes. I just haven't gotten to those ones yet. But when I get it out, I'm going to show you something that goes along with it that I found. So you guys will have to stay tuned. Somewhere down the road, I'll be showing that. But thank you very much, Dr. Von Chilla. Yes. Oh my gosh. Dr. Von Chilla, Scotty laughing out loud at Scotty. V. Jackson Rourke says, oh, I thought it was the Gil Kane alert. Yeah, I can't even play the Gil Kane alert. Can't play anything. Man, I was going to say so bummed, but I'm not. I'm mad. I'm mad at that. That really made me mad. It's like, man, you know, you could have grandfathered me under there. Listen, because I've been playing them right up when they changed the other thing. I had them right up till then. I was playing them I played them last week at work, and so, but they took them off this week. I don't know. Jason says, second Doom? There is only one Doom. Michael Taylor says, very cool books, Rod. Well, thank you so much, Michael. Appreciate that, my friend. Dr. Von Chilla says, Gil Kane, what did I miss? Oh, I'm not sure. Was there a Gil Kane one in there somewhere? I can't remember if I wasn't paying close attention. So I don't think you missed any Gil Kane. I don't think you did. Jason says, dang, Rod has Funko Pop's disease. No. I only pick up once in a while. I'll pick up something that I like. Like I have Peacemaker and Judo Master and Captain Atom, Charlton characters like that. I pick up the Hanna-Barbera superhero ones, Space Ghost, Frankenstein Jr., Mighty Mightor, those type of things. Birdman, you know. I pick up those. I don't go for all the other regular ones. I'd like to get a Hawkman one though. The Hawkman one always looked cool. I just haven't found another one. Dr. Von Chilla says Ringo's recipe for a long life: sleep, water, blueberries, and broccoli. Oh, I was with you right up until the broccoli. 3 out of 4 ain't bad though, right? That mean I'll live a semi-long life? Jason says, time is an illusion. Lunchtime, doubly so. Oh. Mike Taylor says, Rod, correct me if I'm wrong. If you only had one book to keep, I think it would be your Hulk #2. Yes, sir. I would have to go with that. That was, yep. Those early Hulks, those 2 through 6 that I have, those are special. Those are special because it's my favorite character, and I never, ever, ever, ever in my life thought I would ever afford books like that, or have the opportunity to have those books. And I was blessed with a fantastic comic dealer in the 80s, and Bill Lockhart, and God bless you, Bill, if you're out there listening. So yeah, if I had to get rid of all of them, that would be the one that I would keep. So, and that's the one that my son says he would keep. Now, my son, you got to understand, neither my son nor my daughter are into comics at all. But he said, because I told him, I've joked with him before, saying, you're going to have to deal with all this. I'm trying to give you an inventory so you'll know what you've got to deal with when you go to sell it, I says, and he said, Hulk #2, that would be the one. He would keep that one. He wouldn't sell that one. He would keep that one for himself as like a little personal memorial thing to me, memory for me. So, which I thought was very nice. So you are correct, Michael. You are correct. Robert Harrison, another neighbor to the north. How are you doing, Bob? He says, my mom told me the older you get, the faster time goes. And she was right. My mom said it. My grandmother said it. Grandfather said it. And when you're 13, 14, 15, 20, you're like, yeah, okay, yeah, right. Okay, I'm sorry to hear that it goes so fast for you, but it's not going to do that for me. Yeah, I'm going to enjoy that. Next thing I know, I blink and I'm 60. Where did it go? Where did it go? Dr. Von Chilla says, howdy, Bob. Michael Taylor says, Patrick's a lucky guy. He certainly is, man. Cool beans. That's great. He's a great guy, though. Jason says, Rod's close to catching up on the chat. Michael might be time to throw in a line, he says. I am one of us says, I say don't sell your collection. It took a long time to get what you have and could never financially replace them later. If I sold them, I wouldn't even try to go get it. I can't imagine people who have done that. I've heard Eric Breen. He's told me his story about selling his collection and then getting it back and everything. And a couple other people have told me that too. And I don't think I could do it. Number one, I wouldn't have the money, and it would drive me crazy. So I wouldn't even give it a second thought. If I was at the point where I had sold them, I'd be done with it. I'd just keep what I would like out of my collection, and that would be it. And off we ride into the sunset. So yeah, I understand what you're saying. Absolutely. Michael Taylor, he's throwing down the line, so let's show some more books. What are we going to show right now? How about, let's see, I showed some Marvel to end that. So why don't we go back to some more DC? How about some Justice League, huh? I like the Justice League, so been slowly showing my Justice Leagues as I go through the box. We're going to start out with number 75, which I believe is a big issue with Black Canary. Is this when she crosses over to our Earth, becomes part of the JLA? I can't remember. I'm lucky to remember my own name these days. Here we go with number 76. Number 76 is a giant. It's G, number 65 in the giant numbering system, but it's also Justice League of America number 76. It's a square bound beauty. One of those styles that I love, man. There we go. Love those square bound books. When you were a kid, man, they felt thick as a phone book, you know, and you thought, oh, man, I'm getting twice the stories or 3 times the stories. Oh, love them. Love them. All right, here we go with number 77. I love the lineups. The roll call on the outside. I love that. Always loved that. And we were speaking of Gil Kane. This is definitely a Gil Kane cover, number 78. And it's got the Vigilante on it. Which Earth was the Vigilante on? Was he on Earth 1 or Earth 2? Because he seems to pop up everywhere. I thought he was with the JSA on their Earth. Because he was part of the... what was it? The 7 Soldiers of Victory and stuff. So, but there you go. Little Gil Kane. You're going to have to pretend that I put up the Gil Kane alert. Because StreamYard won't let me do it anymore. Here's number 79. Stop the deadly pollution or no one on Earth will be left alive. I think that's a Neil Adams cover right there. Here's number 80. The world is coming to an end. Superman failed to stop the disaster. Now do you believe me? Uh-oh. Things do not look good. Here's another Neil Adams cover. We got number 81. I had to put them away. They're hopelessly insane. Superman locking up all his buddies who are gone nutsy cuckoo. Icky Baluki. Here we go with number 82. We got a crossover with the JSA. This is one of the first Justice League books I remember reading. It's just every time I see it, it just brings back memories, man. Number 83 with the JSA. July 1970. Oh, it's so nice I got it twice. Alright, and then we got number 84. I always like this logo thing up here. I thought that was pretty cool, cool addition to it. Then you have your roll call down there. Here's another giant. This is G77 in the giant numbering system. It is also number 85 of the Justice League of America All Sorcery issue. 64 big pages. Can't go wrong. More heroes than you could shake a stick at. Looks like another Neil Adams cover right here with number 86. And the same with this one right here, number 87. Batman's King. Look at that. Here's number 88. This is probably one of the oldest books in my collection. I've had this thing for forever. So this is definitely one of the oldest books of my like off the rack. 88. Number 88. And the last one in this bunch, we got number 89. This is the upgraded book, because I had one that was had the cover cut off, the logo cut off. So this is number 89. Neil Adams again. I apologize for the glare. Cool beans. All right, there we go. Good chunk of Justice League right there. So, all right, let's see what you're saying. Thank you again, Michael. Thank you so much. V. Jackson Roykirk. Don't get Rod angry. You won't like him when he's angry. That's it. You have to bust out the purple pants, right? That's how you know when he's angry. Wearing purple pants. Scotty says, how many comics will your retirement home allow you to have? Yeah. Believe me, you know what? I don't laugh, because I've thought about that. If I have to go to a retirement home, I'm like, how? It's like, I'd be worried that, you know, somebody would try to come in and pilfer my comic book collection. You know, so I don't know. By then, maybe by then, you know, I'll just be, you know, I have the drool bucket over here, and I'll just, you know, go along, and I won't even know where I'm at or whatnot. Who knows? Who knows? Robert Harrison says howdy to John. And John says, Michael Taylor, Patrick now has to torture himself over what he's going to keep. And he tells me he is having some difficulty. He'll be offering my books at the Empire Comic Fest next weekend. There you go. Cool beans. Where is that, John? The Empire Comic Fest, is that in New York? Empire? I'm curious. Scotty says, I found these single-serve salads at Walmart this morning for $1.99. I bought 3 different ones. I did not buy the kale one. Kale tastes like and that is why it rhymes. Yeah, I don't think I'd be a kale fan. Dr. Von Chilla says, 1 book to keep, Thor 207. Yeah, how did I know that might be your choice? Absolutely. Michael Taylor says, John, that's a good problem to have. I wouldn't mind a problem like that. I don't think any of us would, really. Dr. Von Chilla, he's laughing out loud, Michael. Jason says, keep only 1 book? Sacrilegious talk, he says. Robert says, sooner or later you have to downsize and get rid of stuff. Yep, I know sooner or later it's going to happen. I'm afraid you are right, Robert. One book to keep, Daredevil number 5. Oh, now, Robert, I'm curious, why would you keep that number 5? I know why Dr. Von Chilla wants to keep Thor 207. Why would you want to keep Daredevil number 5? What is special to you about that book? And yes, I knew Dr. Von Chilla, Gil Kane lives. Yeah, say no more. Say no more. I knew that was the case. Yes, sir. Michael Taylor says, the Kane signal's in the sky, and I wish I could play it. Oh, they won't let me. They won't let me play it. Nope, they won't let me play it. It just pops up with a thing saying, "Oh, you need to upgrade." So, I'm sorry, fellas. Mike Taylor says, "Oh, I forgot." Robin says, "Did everyone read Almeric by Robert E. Howard?" I've never read it. I'm not even sure of the character. I've never heard the character, I don't think, before. The Jackson Roy Kirk says, I'd have to keep Fantastic Four 155. And I'll pose the same question to you, Jackson. What is special about that book? Makes it so special that would be the one single book that you would keep if you had to get rid of all your books. I'm curious to know what book you would keep and why you would keep it. So I'm curious. Jason says, I understand downsizing, Robert, but never to just one book. LOL. It's just a hypothetical. It's just a hypothetical. Jason says, I think the problem is all of us are collectors, readers. All of us collectors and readers have our first 1 or 2 books we collected, and we could never get rid of them. Well, I wish I wish there was a way I could keep everything, but I know at some point, and that point may be coming up faster than I'd like. But it's one book. Yeah, if it was one book, it'd be Hulk number 2. It would be Hulk number 2. If I could keep a handful of them, if I could keep a dozen, then I would pick out childhood books that I remember that meant something to me. I think it was like Hulk 125, I think, was the first time I saw the absorbing man fight the Hulk, and that one was special to me. The DC's World's Greatest Heroes, the 100-page spectacular with the great wraparound cover by Neil Adams with the JSA and the JLA on it. That one I would keep because that was a special book to me. It's tough, boy. You start getting down there. Scotty says, I've downsized. It was always a bad thing to do. Jason says, plus it's hard to find single issues to keep versus Plus it's hard to find single issues to keep versus runs. Insert Scotty poopy joke about runs. No. Scotty, in the box to my left, I have one of my first comics, Battlestar Galactica #1. When I got one of those blue tape label makers, excuse me. When I got one of those blue tape label makers, I made one for it, and it's been on it for 45 years. Wow, man. Cool beans. Special stuff. Michael's throwing down the line again. Okay, I'm going to try, really, guys, I got to try to get off about 12:30 today. So, I got some stuff I got to get done today. So, at 12:30, it's going to be cut off, unfortunately. But, let's see. Right now, Michael says, let's show some more books. All right, so let's do that. And let's see what I got right here. How about I saw some of the, whoops, what am I knocking down here? I saw some of these last night. I dropped in on Crazy Hungarian Joe's Friday night show. And when I did, there was a fellow on there showing Captain Marvels. Captain Marvels. So I said I had these pulled last week to show, and I thought it was just ironic, that I tune in and there he is showing the books that some of the books that I had pulled. So I said, I have them. So so I'm going to show these. It's pretty much what I wanted to collect was the first 21 issues of that run. Because those were the ones that I remember and was special to me. I do have a couple other ones beyond that, and stuff. I'll show you. So, but it's a fairly good size stack. Excuse me. Hold on. Let me just grab a drink. Alrighty. Marvel's Spaceborne Superhero. His first appearance was, I believe, Marvel Superheroes number 11, I think. Which, Marvel Superheroes, the first 10 issues of that is Marvel Fantasy Masterpieces. I've showed them before. And then at I believe it's number 11, it starts being... the title changes to Marvel Superheroes, and they have Captain Marvel Origin issue, and it's a 25-cent square-bound book. And then the second part of his debut story is in number 12, and then they just go on to reprinting other stuff and showing and some original stories as well. So if you want the first appearance of Captain Marvel Superheroes number 11 and 12, there you go. And then after that, he jumps into his own title right here, and here is Captain Marvel number 1, the big premiere issue. There was a lot of big premieres, I think, in '68. So, Captain Marvel. Here's number 2, going up against the Super Skrull. And I gotta say, I am kind of partial to this green and white costume. I like it. I like his later costume as well, but I like this one too. And here's number 3, the all green issue. From the Ashes of Defeat. But these are the ones I remember seeing on the rack. So they're kind of hold special memories. Here we go with number 4, facing off against the Submariner. And number 5, I'm not sure what's going on here. The Metazoid. And number 6. This looks almost like a cover from, like Where Monsters Dwell or something like that. And for some reason, I have a second issue of that. So, here we go with number 7. The Coming of Quasimodo. Number 8 This almost looks almost like a Steranko type cover. I'm looking to see if his name is on it anywhere. I don't see it. But it almost looks like his style of cover. Pretty cool. And again, Captain Marvel is this Captain Marvel. This run of Captain Marvel doesn't get a whole lot of FaceTime on YouTube or in videos and whatnot. So here we go with number 9. Number 9. I'm not sure who that one is. Is that Gene Colan? It looks like Gene Colan. That's what I'll go with. Gene Colan on the cover. It looks done in the same kind of style as Daredevil. From around there. Let's see. Here's number 10. Die, traitor. And this definitely looks like a Steranko, but it says, no, it says it's a Barry Smith and a Herb Trimpe, or Trimp, however you say his name. I've heard it said both ways. So it's a collaboration on this cover. Here's number 12, The Moment of the Manslayer. Why are you so serious? Number 13. Number 14, he's doing some battle or having a confrontation here with old Shellhead. Number 15, that Zoe might live, a galaxy must die. And I don't think these are really expensive issues to find, to afford. Of course, the number one probably be kind of pricey, but the rest of these, I think you probably, if you were interested in them, you'd probably be able to get them at a decent price, I would think. Here's number 16 with the Intelligence Supreme. I would love to have a poster of all the corner boxes. Wouldn't that be cool if they did them all big enough so they could fill up a poster? That would be so cool, I think. That would be neat. Here's a real... This is a poster-worthy cover right here. Number 17. This is when he gets his new costume. His new outfit. Very cool cover. And a change in the letterbox. I mean, the corner box. If I could get it out of the glare. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway. Here's number 18. This is a Gil Kane cover. I would be willing to bet the Mandroid. Number 19, the Mad Master of the Murder Maze. Say that 5 times fast. Another Gil Kane cover, it looks like. The Hunter and the Holocaust, the hero who wouldn't die. Nice cover. And probably my favorite of this. A rare opportunity to see Gil Kane drawing old J. Jaws. That's right, the Hulk. With number 21. Like it's so nice, I got it twice. So, very cool. Alright, then we got giant-sized Captain Marvel, an annual collection of Marvel's greatest combats, featuring the Incredible Hulk and Captain America. There we go. Giant-sized Captain Marvel. 68 big pages. A bargain at twice the price. And then the few stray issues I got beyond that, we got number 26 because the Thing is in it. I guess Thanos is in it too. Enter the ever-loving blue-eyed Thing. Nope. That's not Thanos. I don't think. So. But the Thing is in it. I think that's Starlin on the artwork there. Alright, then we got number 50 because the Avengers appear. And me being an Avenger-holic, I have to pick that one up. This is, I mean, these are, well, that one, this one, and this one. Am I off the rack? Copies. There's another cool one. I always liked this villain. I've only seen him in 2 places. One was in Thor, and I can't remember the number. It was like around 214, something like that, I think. Mercurio, the 4D man. Not the 3D man, the 4D man. And this is the only other place I remember seeing him. So that's the only reason I bought this book was for that character, because I like the costume and stuff. So very cool. And let's see, we got three of them. It says the life of Captain. I'm going to take these out. The life of Captain Marvel. These are reprints. I believe. So, I don't know where my number 1 went to that. But anyway, there we go. The Life of Captain Marvel. I don't know if these are reprints. Are these reprints? Yeah, these are reprints. Yeah. Yeah, the one I just showed you with the Thing. There you go. That's the beginning of the story in this one. I don't know. It bugs me when I don't have them all together. And then oh yeah, here we go. And then at the end, yeah, at the end they put in the covers. And I think I have that one too, but that one I think I keep with my Hulks. And I think this one over here I keep with my Avengers. again, I really need to really go through and get organized. And here's third issue, The Life of Captain Marvel. And to get a load of this. Ah! Yeah. And do they do the same thing with this one? Yep, they do. They throw in the covers. Now the covers at the beginning. Oh, these no. So, a lot of great artwork in here. Great stories. And here's number 4. I think it's probably the last. So, and the back cover is Thanos and the Cosmic Cube. So, oh, what do I do with my Cosmic Cube? Oh, what's right here? Oh, here it is. There it is, Cosmic Cube. So, alright. And let's see, there we go. Yeah, this one here, I think I got in my Avengers as well. It looks familiar. So there we go. There's Captain Marvel. So, I'm gonna just leave them right there. There we go. Okay, let's get back to the peanut gallery. Thank you very much, Michael, once again, for providing the line. Anybody heard any change in Maranya? Excuse me. In Maranya's internet challenges? Curious to know. Thank you so much, Michael. Appreciate that as always. Scotty says, plus I wrote on the cover, worth $100. Wow. Why did I do that? I don't know. I used to cut out, like the Hulk, on the cover of the Hulk, I'd cut out the Hulk. And then those were like my first action figures, superhero action figures. So I would have them, play with them on the floor. I'd cut out some of the covers of the other ones, from the covers, I mean, and I would play with them on it. And then after, I don't know, probably was only a short time, like a month or two, I decided, I'm destroying my covers of my books. Now when I go to read them, it's all like somebody doing those cut out, folded things of flowers or something. I'm like, oh, come on. So I stopped doing that. Mike Dell says, John, yes, you mentioned that in your recent video. Cool beans. Dr. Von Chilla says, downsizing in my 30s was not the same as downsizing in my 60s. Priorities and passions change over the decades. Yes, they do, my friend. Yes, they do. Oh. Scotty says, I want to downsize my waist size. I think we've all wanted to do that once or twice in our lifetimes, right? Oh. The Jackson Roarkirk says, Fantastic Four 155 was the first comic I pulled off the rack. Changed my life. Oh, wow. Awesome. I love to hear the stories, man. I love to hear the stories. That's the first book you ever bought off the rack, huh? 155. Cool beans. I love it. I love it. I love the fact, too, that you put that last line. Changed my life. Because I know that feeling, man. When my father came home that night and dropped a stack of comics on my stomach because I was homesick from school, and I started looking through them comics, and it was a whole new world. Changed my world for forever. It changed it forever because I'm still collecting comics. I'm still buying comics. I'm still loving comics. So I I really get it. I get it, Jackson. That's awesome, man. Jason says, okay, I'll play. New Warriors 1 through 25. It's one of the first 3 books I ever collected as a kid from issue number 1. I think it still stands on one of the greatest runs in comics. Now, I think I have, let me just double check. I got my thing up here, my inventory spreadsheet, so I'm going to check real quick to see if I got any of those. New Mutants, New Guardians, New Invaders, New Gods, New Defenders, New Crusaders, New Adventures. No, I don't think I do. New Warriors. Well, maybe I got to go the other way. Here. New Warriors. New Teen Titans. New Teen Titans. New Teen Titans. New Titans. There we go. New Warriors. I do. I do have them. From 1990. I've got annual number 1. I got 2 copies of annual number 2. Annual number 3. And I got 2 copies of issue number 1. And then I have the run up through 25, as a matter of fact, 25. I have straight through to 25, 1 through 25. And then I've got 27, 31, 32, and 36. So I do have, wow, I didn't realize I had those. So there you go, Jason. Dr. Montilla says, Empire Comic Fest is in Rochester, New York, Friday and Saturday, July 11th and 12th. Free admission and nothing but comic book dealers. Oh, man, that sounds like a great place to go. That sounds like a great place to go. I wish I could. I wish I could go. Oh, man, that's awesome, though. That is awesome. Scotty said, excuse me. Excuse me. All right. Let's try this again. I guess I'd keep Adventure Comics 247. But first I'd have to own it. The first appearance of the Legion of Superheroes. Ah. Okay. But out of my collection, Metal Men number 54. I've had it since at least 2nd grade and loved it so much. 54. I'm trying to think of what is 54. Is 54 the purple cover? Or is 54 the one with Green Lantern makes a guest appearance in the book, in the story? I'm curious. I want to know, Scotty. Michael Taylor says, I can't answer that question because I got rid of them decades ago. I'm rebuilding it, though. Oh, cool beans, man. Cool beans. What are the series that you're trying to collect, Michael? I'm curious to know. Like, what were your favorites? I assume you're probably trying to pick up your favorite runs first. So what were your favorite ones? What are you trying to collect in your rebuilding? I'm curious, my friend. Scotty says, the New Warriors 3-issue arc with the Egyptian everything. That is an arc that keep Jason. That's an arc I'd keep, Jason. I loved how everything was Egyptian. Oh, there you go. Cool beans. All right. Diabetic Superman says, I would keep something like an omnibus, he says. I can't lift some of them omnibuses. Man, some of them are like mega thick and huge. I'm like, oh, I'd get a hernia trying to lift that thing. Scotty says, Rod's allergic to my words. The Jackson Roy Kirk says, we all are, Scotty. He's giving a wink, though. He's giving a wink. Scotty says, excellent. Jackson's, he's got a little chuckle going. Scotty says, I wish I could post a picture. That was me using my Ren voice. The Jackson Roy Kirk says, or Mr. Burns from The Simpsons. I don't know the Ren voice, but I do know Mr. Burns from The Simpsons. Jason says, that's 10 to 13, I believe, Scotty, in the first 25. There you go. Cool beans. I may have to go dig those out. Go fishing in the long box and pull those out. Jason says, and I agree it was a great alternate reality of everything Egyptian. That was how Fabian brought back the Sphinx as a villain. Oh, I remember the Sphinx. I remember it was in Marvel 2-in-1. What was it, an annual? And then in one time they put him on, had his shadow on the cover. They were trying to tease you like it was Batman. Something like that, if I remember correctly. Scotty says, yep, 11 through 13. There we go. Jason says, yeah, that's the first 3 books. Why did my eye mess up? Yeah, the first 3 books I ever collected were New Warriors, Ghost Rider, the Catch Run, and Jim Valentino, Guardians of the Galaxy. Aha, cool beans. I think I have some of the Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't know if I have any of the Ghost Rider on that run, because I was just trying to, right now I'm trying to get just the first like 20 to 21 issues of the Ghost Rider, the Johnny Blaze original series, because I loved that logo. And that was the character and stories that I remember. And man, I used to draw Ghost Rider a lot. Not on his motorcycle so much, because I could never draw a motorcycle. But I'd draw him off punching somebody or something like that. So, well, it's 12 past 12. It's 12:12. Ba-dum-bum. Scotty says, later costume, early costume. I'm just glad he's wearing a costume. There you go. Scotty says, first comics I ever collected from 1 to the end was Micronauts and ROM. ROM. Everybody's got ROM in their collection, don't they? Come on. Missing Mars says, Micronauts and ROM. Excellent. Yeah. Michael Taylor says, I think I preferred the red and blue costume a bit more. That's the one I first saw on the spinner rack. Cool beans. Jason says, we never get to see Rom anymore. I know, poor Rom. Although, aren't they bringing him back? Weren't they bringing him back in something, either a comic or a toy or something? I think they were doing something. Somebody was doing something with it. Or was it by Dynamite? Oh, I can't remember now. Dr. Monchilla says that Captain Marvel number 9 is a blazer. I agree, sir. Jason says, weirdly, my favorite Captain Marvel run is the Peter David one about the sun having cosmic awareness. Oh, you know what? I just realized what was not in there. And I don't know why it isn't. And that's the issue with Nitro. Because that has a direct bearing on the death of Captain Marvel that comes out later in the graphic novel, Marvel graphic novel. So, now, see, I got to get my butt organized, man. Scotty says, is that the blue skin guy with the white hair? I remember he and Micronauts had some connection, but never found out, Jason. Or was that Captain Universe? Captain Universe. Jason says, I forget if he had a connection to the Micronauts, Scotty. Jason says, Rod, that Captain Marvel 17 is a great cover. Yeah, it's a classic. It's a classic, absolutely. Dr. Von Schiller says, the red and yellow of Iron Man versus the green and white of Captain Marvel is beautiful to the eye. Yes, I agree, John. I agree. It's just a nice cover, man. Silver Age, baby. Scotty says, I heard that Bug, Mari, and Ron show up in a few issues around that time. Dr. Von Chilla says, the Gil Kane run on Captain Marvel is uber classic. Seriously. Yeah. He does. Those early stories, I like those early stories. I just do. I think they were great. I mean, I liked his later stories too, but I got more into the earlier ones than I did the later ones until they did his death, and then it kind of made me want to go back and see a little bit more. I mean, I'd pick up issues that had guest stars in it and stuff like that, or if he guest starred in somebody else's book, I would, chances are I probably was picking up that book anyway because I was trying to get as many of the superhero runs as possible off the rack back in the day. So, Michael Taylor says, I don't think they had posters, but I think they made comic covers of some of the Marvel character corner boxes. Yeah, I'd love to see a poster though made of that. You probably could do it if you put in the time to do it. You could. I could probably do one like that, but it would just be so neat to see. I mean, all of them, even the monster ones, all of if it had a corner box, a Marvel corner box from the 60s and early 70s, then it would be on the poster. That would be super cool, And how many do you know? QNS says, did that fight go all the way? Oh, I can't remember, to be honest with you. I can't remember. I don't think they had posters, but okay, I read that one. Alrighty. And Jason says, I do remember Bug showing up, Scotty, but I'm not remembering everything that happened for details. It was 35 issues, and I haven't reread it in a while. And QNS says, Hulk versus Captain Marvel. So, let's see. Let's see. Alright. Ooh. Nice little house ad. Kazar and Dr. Doom in Astonishing Tales #1. Well, Gil Kane's got the Hulk putting the numb on him right here. And then what happens? Well, looks like he changed. He changed, and the Hulk just walks away. That's it. The Hulk's just walking away once he changes to Rick Jones, because, of course, Hulk had a connection with Rick Jones, and he just walks away in that last panel. So there we go. The mystery is solved. There we go. Alright, QNS also says, remember when it was a serious question whether Hulk or Thing would win? Now Hulk is blown out of proportion. Blown out of proportion? What? Wait a minute. I know what you mean. Yeah, it used to be one of those questions like, who would win? Hulk or Thor, or Hulk and Thing, and Hulk versus Superman, who would win? One of those type of questions. But in the Marvel universe, when it was they had so many throwdowns, it was always good. But my opinion, and not that anybody's asking, but my opinion was the Hulk that I liked was the Savage Hulk. The madder Hulk gets, the stronger Hulk gets. And so I just didn't see an end to his strength, because he could get so angry, and stuff like that. So it'd be very tough for anybody to beat him, I'm sure. I mean, if I really sat and thought about it, I'm not. I'm just, winging that out there right now. But like a fight with the Thing was more rational. So the Thing's thinking, hey, I just want to try and put this guy down or stop him. The Hulk is thinking nothing but I'm going through you. This is done when I say it's done, and you're in the ground, type of thing. So that was the way I always thought of that Hulk. I always just that's the frame of mind I was always in when they had those throwdowns with Hulk and anybody, Hulk and Thor, Hulk and Thing, anybody, Hulk and Cap. So very cool though. Scotty says, I wish I was a 4D man. I'm quickly approaching a 6D man. I love it. I love it. Yes, sir. I'm already there. 2 years past. 3 years past. What am I kidding? It'll be 3 years. It'll be 3 years. Excuse me. It'll be 3 years. I'll be 63 in 4 days. 4 days, man. 63 years old. Holy cow. I remember thinking, 40 was old. Holy mackerel. And Dr. Vonchilla says, a corner box poster would be fabulous and would be hard to put together. As a custom poster maker myself, are you issuing a challenge to me, Rod? That's right, you do make fantastic posters. Hey, that would be a good one to have, right? Oh, man. If you do one, you let me know. I'll pay you for it. I want to pay you for it if you make one. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. I'm telling you. I mean, it's just a history, a Marvel history in corner boxes. I love it. I love it. You're the man, John. Jason says, don't worry about the 4D man, Rod. He went back to the 4th dimension. Well, he can stay there, too. Dr. Vonchilla says, Mercurio, the 4D man, first appeared in Thor 208. I knew it was somewhere around there. I knew it was somewhere in that run, close to 207. So, okay, cool beans. Thank you, John. Thank you. I just, for some reason, I liked that character. I just thought it was a cool villain, So I thought, oh, geez. And the only other time, like I said, the only other time I saw him was in that issue. And so I snagged that issue up because I wanted to see, hey, what's he doing now? Thank you, John. Jason says, is your mission, Dr. Vonchilla? Should you choose to accept it, is a corner box poster. This message will self-destruct in 10 seconds. That's it. Mission Impossible. Dun, dun, dun. I remember that show. V. Jackson Morkirk says, if Rod doesn't issue a challenge, Dr. V, I will. He's like, oh, man. Everybody wants that. Everybody. And he says, mission accepted. Oh, John, if you do that, you let me know because I'm buying one. I'm buying one, brother. That would be so cool, man. Oh, wow. You could probably make a mint off of that, off of all us old collectors, John. Everybody would want to buy one. Jason says, Rod, why did they put you back on the back of yeah. Thanks, buddy. Thanks. I appreciate that. Yeah. Up close and personal. Oh, man. You're killing me, Jason. You're killing me. Scotty says, I try to organize my comics, but when I keep finding subsets, I want to build to read soon. Like Hex now just became a subset. There you go. I understand, man. Because I try and I go through a box, and instead of putting it in order, I'm pulling out stuff that I want to look at again. You know, it's just, I get it. I get it. Michael says, if I was going to have a poster of one of the cover boxes, I'd want the Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man, where he's removing his mask. Well, always liked that one. Yeah, that's a good one. Cool beans. Oh, it would be putting them all together. I think you putting them all. Can you imagine putting them all together on there? Every single quarter box that ever was put out by Marvel in the Silver and early Bronze Age. That would be tremendous. I Am One of Us says, very nice, Captain Marvel, 1 through 21, 50, 51, and 4D Man, all in great condition with cool covers. Thanks for showing them. Well, thank you so much, I Am One of Us. Appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. That's cool. I'm glad you liked them. So, now you're going to run out and buy them, right? Jackson Roykirk, the Jackson Roykirk. If things are still going as planned, Maranya and her hubby should be moving. Oh, that's right. That's right. I remember you saying that a couple of weeks ago that they were going to be going to Florida. Oh, cool. Anybody know if they've made it yet? I'm sure they'll find out there over at the Geeky Puppet readings. I'm sure you guys will know. We'll find out. Or on I Love Comics, Engeltein's channel. So, if you do, when you do hear something, Jackson, if you could let me know. So that would be awesome. I'd like to. I sent her a message on Instagram, but I know she's not going to see it till she gets settled in or whatnot, gets everything back in order. So, but if anybody hears anything, please let me know. Scotty says, action paper dolls. I made action paper doll of Jack of Hearts and Stingray with my printer about 15 years ago because I was tired of waiting on Marvel to make those plastic figures of them. Well, there you go. See, so I wasn't alone. I love that. Action paper dolls. I love it. That's cool. Mike Taylor says, Maranya's move sounds good. Yeah, I hope everything goes well for them. They get settled in down there and everything, and life settles down for her and her husband. So, Dr. Von Chiller says, Maranya is leaving Pennsylvania? Traitor! Laughing out loud, he says. Michael says, I don't remember the first comic I bought, but I still remember my childhood spinner rack well enough. There you go. And it had that squeak to it, right? Squeak, squeak, squeak. Oh, man, I used to love to go down to the Stop and Go and pick up a comic and still have money left over to get Charms Sweet and Sour Pop. That was a biggie for me. A Charms Sweet and Sour Pop. Those were huge, man. Oh, I love them. Scotty says, there he goes again, coughing at my words. I am allergic. Allergetic. Is that a word? Allergetic? That's the first I've ever seen that word. Allergetic. Scotty says, 54 had platinum marching off. I quit. It was my first Metalman. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's the one that she's walking out the door, and it's got the little blurb that says Green Lantern appears in this issue. If I'm not mistaken, yeah, that's okay. So I was right on I had a 50-50 shot at either one of those. So, cool beans. Yeah. Jason says, allergic to Scotty's words, they might be an acquired taste. LOL. And Dr. Von Chilla says, bacon and eggs for lunch today as we didn't have breakfast this morning. CBM is always a lot of fun, but I gotta go now. Hope to see you all again. In the meantime, please love yourselves. John, always great to have you in the Peanut Gallery, man. You are one of the legends. Thank you so much for joining today. Appreciate it, my friend. You take care. And Scotty says, yes, New Warriors 10 through 13 was a fun run, and you can read them without reading issues 1 through 9. Scotty says, I meant 11 through 13. There you go. Jason says, but Rod, don't you dare read them without reading through 1 through 9. No, I would have to read the whole thing. I can't just jump in. I'd like to read the whole thing. So, but I did not remember having those. So, there you go. See? Scotty says, but you can. You won't feel lost if you jump in at 11. Michael Taylor says, Rod, whatever books that come up in England Teens auctions that I might... Whatever books that come up in England Teens auctions that I like. There you go. Yep. Well, that's what you're collecting now. Cool beans. That's awesome, though. That is great. It's just so much fun. I had my collection thrown out twice on me. I've told the story many times. I'm sure you guys are sick of hearing it. But that being said, that I spent the 80s regrouping, rebuying, getting those back. So, and I never thought I would. I didn't. So, it's just, man, they put a smile on my face every time I bring some home. Just very cool. So good for you. Good for you, Michael. That's awesome. Jason says, but don't skip one though. 1 through 9, Scotty, you're missing a lot, especially if the Punisher's storyline is in those. Oh, there you go. Scotty says the Toy of Rom was just produced. I pre-ordered it right away. 6 inches, so it's not the perfect 1 to 18th, 1 and 1/18th scale. But better than nothing. There you go. I thought I remembered something about Rom being produced, but I couldn't remember if it was a comic or a toy. So, cool beans. Robert Harrison, our neighbor to the north, he says, I've been giving things away. Ask Rod and Shannon. I've sold screen illustrated for $85. Paid $20 for it years ago. That's right. You did. You sent me some books. Thank you once again. I appreciate that. So, absolutely. So, now, I'm curious, how many do you have? How much of a collection do you have, Bob? I know you showed them on there. You show a lot of them, but in number-wise, how roughly what do you think you have for a number in the collection? I'm curious. So, cool beans. And Michael Taylor says, very cool, Captain Marvels. Thank you, Michael. Appreciate that, my friend. Psychotronic Squirt Gun Aaron, how you doing? He says, hey Rod and Peanuts, how you doing? Cool beans. Just hanging out, getting ready to jump off here, have some lunch, and then I got some errands I got to run this afternoon and get some things done. So glad you could jump in there, Aaron. Nice to see you, buddy. Hey, Captain UK, how you doing, man? Long time no see. Hope everything's going well for you on the other side of the pond. How you been? Awesome. Awesome to see you here, too. Cool beans. And Robert Harrison says, the first time I saw Mike Zeck artwork was in the Rockets Blast Comic Collector in the early 70s. Oh, wow. Comic Collector. Now, I remember that magazine. Cool beans. QNS. Thanks, Rod. Hulk one shot, and it's over. There you go. Cool beans. QNS, great to have you in the Peanut Gallery today. It's nice to see you, buddy. Take care. And Michael Taylor says, fantastic interior art in that Captain Marvel Hulk. Yeah. Gil Kane, baby. Gil Kane. What is it? Higgy says, Gil Kane in the membrane. Scotty says, Thing was way more popular in the 70s. Remember the cartoon? Thing Ring, do your thing. Yes, I do remember that. Benji had a ring that turned him into the Thing. Yeah. Didn't he wind up doing a cartoon thing with Fred and Barney, too? Or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. Or was that same thing? I can't remember. Jason says, wait, Rod, we're asking your opinion. Uh-oh. Scotty says, so what if the Thing was fighting Hulk and started tickling Hulk? Wouldn't that make Hulk weaker by giggling? Theoretically, it probably could, but I don't think the Hulk was very one to like being tickled. It would just make him more angry. Don't tickle me! Don't tickle me! My feet are ticklish. Jason says, but Scotty, do you own a thing ring? Did they ever make those as a toy? I don't know. I don't think they did, says Scotty. I don't remember seeing them. Scotty also says they couldn't make toys of cartoons until He-Man came along. Ronald Reagan. Scotty says that's why the Mego figures were based on the comic books, not the Super Friend cartoon. The Wonder Twins were never made into toys until recent years. I did not know that. Michael Taylor says not many people talk about Superman's villain gallery, but he has 3 of the greatest villains: Brainiac, Luthor, and Doomsday. Can't agree. Those are 3 great villains. Those are 3 great villains indeed. So, Jason says, I didn't think so, Scotty, but I figured I'd ask. Michael Taylor says, probably missing others. Okay. Scotty says, no, if the deregulation of advertisement, blah, 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 happened in 1970, imagine how many toys we would have had then. Scooby-Doo, Star Blazers. I know, that would have been cool to have a Star Blazers ship. That would have been cool. Super Friends, absolutely. Scotty says, Thundar, Herculoids, yeah, so many great cartoons, but never got toys until recently, and those are money on eBay. Yeah, the Herculoids had a toy come out in, what was it, the late 80s, maybe? It was part of the group, was it Toynami that did them? Because they did the Birdman action figure that I got. So, and I think that was done in like the late 80s. So, all right, I gotta wrap things up here, guys. So I'm gonna get through these here, and then I've got to go. Jason says, "Oh, there would have been so much more merchandising." Absolutely, and it, just imagine, like he said, just imagine. And we'd have the cartoons for Shogun Warriors, probably ROM, Micronauts. I still want toys of meatballs and spaghetti. Scotty says, I probably thought it was Green Lantern. I probably bought it because Green Lantern was in it. Yeah, I gotcha. I like the Metal Men anyway, but it was just a bonus to have another superhero show up in it. They rarely showed up in Metal Men, if at all. I'm trying to think of anybody else that showed up. Mike Taylor says yes, and it stood on a bit of a slant, and it would be a little heavy to spin when fully stocked. Ah, man, but just that memory, just hear that, you just hear that, and it takes you back, right? Because it's like, that's what you heard when you're there and you're turning it, man, checking out the rack. Michael Taylor says, goodbye to John. And Eric Breen says, dang, Grandpa, you're still going? Well, I'm about to get off, Eric. About to end the thing, because I've got things I got to get done today. I can't hang around as long as I usually do. Well, last week it was like almost 2 o'clock. So I got to get off today, though. So Jason says, sorry, Michael, Dr. Doom is the greatest villain. And Jackson Roy Kirk says, show respect for your youngsters, Eric. Scotty says, Dorno, Gleep, Tundro, Herculoids, basic series released in 2003. Was it that late? 2000? Are you talking action figures, or was this the one that came out with the whole? If you put it came out in 3 phases, and you put it together, and it spelled Herculoids. Is that the one? If it is, man, I am way off, because I thought that was like the late 80s, early 90s at the most. Of course, that wouldn't be far for me to be off like that. Robert Harrison says, happy trails to you until we meet again. Bob, take care. Have fun up there. Stay warm. Everybody check him out. Scotty says, the only toys I know are the 3 box set of Figures Realm. They were made. Okay, that must be them. That must be them. So, thank you for that, because I would have sworn they were in the late 80s. Wow. Michael Taylor says, Jason, oh yes, Dr. Doom is arguably the greatest villain. Hey. Lee Jackson Rourke says, I love checking out racks. You're killing me, Jackson. You're killing me, brother. And Scotty says, the box sets, 3 of them with action figures. Yeah. Yeah, that's got to be them. That's got to be them. So I'm way off on those. Eric Breen, the professor, says, Jackson, you're invited to dinner. Guess what's on the menu? Jackson just, ha! Jason says, sign off, buddy. You got to get out of there. Have a great day. Thank you so much, Jason, for being in the Peanut Gallery today, my friend. Take care. And Scotty saying, Xandor and Zoc. Yep, 2-pack. The others are 3-packs. Yep. So I wanted to get those. Should have pulled the trigger when I saw them back in the day, and I didn't. My fault. And Scotty says, good night. And good night to you, Scotty. Thanks for hanging out with us. The Jackson Walker says, say good night, Gracie. Good night, Gracie. Thank you so much, Jackson. Thank you all for being here this week. Appreciate it. Hopefully, I don't know what at this point next week will hold. Hopefully, we'll be getting back together again. If not, I'll be here and we'll do it all over again. So, I want to thank everybody once again for spending your Saturday with us. You could be doing anything instead of listening to this old fart ramble on. But thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it. You take care. And I can't play the outro. I can't play anything. So we'll see you all next week. All right? Take care.